Well, you know, it's a dream project. I joke all the time. I've been stealing from aliens my entire career, and and I think many of us have. You know, it's just what Ridley Scott's original film and what James Cameron did with his sequel for science fiction was just. I mean, it inspired a generation, right? Yeah. So to be able to be trusted with the franchise to make a sequel to Aliens, and the sequel to this movie is a video game.
Yeah.
Like, how awesome is that?
It's
the
very
sequel
awesome.
to Aliens is a video game. That's how important we've become.
And we have some very awesome exclusive new footage here on the show. Tell us what we're looking at.
Yes. Well, okay, there's a couple. Let's see. Right here, we're looking at, I think this is from the multiplayer game, actually. Yeah, we've got, right now at E3, it's really exciting for us because we decided for the first time to just bring it all exposed.
Right.
Last year was the first time we brought Aliens Colonial Marines to E3, and we had a theater. You had to wait in line, or you had to have an invitation. Everything's open. So we've got multiple screens exposed to anyone walking by. The other thing that's really exciting at the show is we've got a power loader that you can climb in with it. It's Alien, and it's a full size of the toy replica that's in the collector's edition of the game.
Yeah.
So that's pretty exciting. And they also have the Alien Queen at the show. So I'm pretty excited to be here. But yeah, what we're doing is we've got Xenomorph versus Colonial Marine combat being played live all throughout the show. And I think we're seeing some glimpse of that right now. This is the multiplayer game. When you play as a Xenomorph, you're actually seeing the game from the third-person point of view. Right now, what we're seeing is the game being played from the Colonial Marine point of view.
Right.
And this video is with the HUD's been removed, but there's a lot of feedback too about what you're doing, what your allies are doing, and it's really a game of survival. You have to work together to survive. The Colonial Marines, when they get spread apart, they get taken down, just like we've just seen here.
Suspense is a big word in the single-player campaign specifically.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about what you're trying to create within the single-player campaign.
Well, you say single-player campaign, and I'll tell you, the game is great if you play it alone. You turn the lights off, you turn the volume up, and you immerse yourself in it, and it feels like you are back in the sequel to the Aliens franchise. But, one of the neat things about this game is you don't have to play the co-op game or the campaign game alone. You can play it cooperatively, and at any time you can have a friend drop in dynamically and join your game. So you can have that solo immersive narrative experience, or you can play the actual campaign cooperatively. The full campaign, you can play it with a friend, and you can play it split screen with 2 players. You can play it online with up to 4 players. So it's really great, and there is a lot of tension. There's a lot of kind of surprise and horror, and we play with that tension. But there's also a lot of all-out action, and that's one of the advantages that this story gets. As in the video game medium, we're not limited to a single 90-minute story.
Right.
We can actually convey a much broader experience and have multiple arcs kind of culminating and adding to a much larger arc, and in the course of it, go from all-out action to suspense, and tension, and drama, and back again.
It's directed, though, right? I mean, you can't run and gun in places if you want. I mean, play styles are. Can you have different types of play styles, or what?
Absolutely, and there are moments that are very heavily scripted, and we take advantage of a controlled situation to push the story forward or to create the kind of surprise and excitement that's only possible with a very scripted event. However, we're very proud of the artificial intelligence. And a lot of the open combat situations have been compared to, say, Left 4 Dead, which is driven by a sort of AI system that drives the ebb and flow of the gameplay, and it's actually different every time, which is important because there is a bit of a metagame. You'll actually want to play this game over and over again. You'll want to pick your favorite chapters and advance and get more progression with your identity in the game to unlock new features, unlock new capabilities, and so it's kind of nice to go into those sections that have a very dynamic AI to the combat, so you're not exactly sure how they're going to come at you. Some of them are like last stand defense situations where between setting up your automated turrets and laying out your guys and you working with co-op partners, you have to kind of fight to survive and adapt to the situation, weld off certain doors, cut open others to control the paths that the aliens might come through. Of course, Xenos are a lot more clever than we give them credit. They always find a way to surprise the Marines and to do things that we don't expect.